In the Malaysian mythology there is a creature by the name of Á Bao A Qu, which means my elder brother. Others, however, assume a different pronunciation and a definition of my mother, but that is not generally accepted. The myth follows that people would make a pilgrimage to this holy and sacred tower. It was said that they climbed the tower, but only those people pure of here that had previously achieved enlightenment would be able to ascend to the very top of the tower. This is where the entity of the Á Bao A Qu comes into the myth. With each step the person takes up the tower, the Á Bao A Qu gains more consciousness, begins to glow in different colors, hoping to find itself in the bluish glow of perfection. It is also said that the many tentacles and body becomes more solid as it follow the person up the stairway of the tower. The problem is that every human on earth has sinned and is therefore not pure and has not reached Á Bao A Qu's state enlightenment. Therefore the Á Bao A Qu cannot attain its own perfection and reach the top of the tower. The Á Bao A Qu is a Malaysian creature described in Jorge Luis Borges's Book of Imaginary Beings. Jorge Luis Borges claimed that he had found the legend in the book on Malay witchcraft, 1937, by C.C. Iterveru. The Á Bao A Qu stays within the Tower of Victory found in Chittor, India. It is said this tower was located in the city of Chittor, which was presumably in India at the time. However, the exact location is not as important as the actions that are associated with the tower. In one version the tower was an inter-home gateway by gods, and the Á Bao A Qu was those gods that were caught in this home when the gateway closed. Because it was caught in this world and needed to be able to cross over into its own home, it has become attached and dependent on human behavior, beliefs and karma. The real myth of the Á Bao A Qu takes place after this fall of the gods. It is only after the Á Bao A Qu is invisible and living at the bottom of the Tower of Victory. There are many spiraling steps in the Tower of Victory, which is said to have the most beautiful landscape in the world at the top. The Á Bao A Qu waits upon the first step for any person courageous enough to attempt to ascend to the top. Although practically all the time, the climber will never find the top, because nobody is perfect. When the Á Bao A Qu becomes aware of this fact, it stays back, shedding color as well as visibility, and tumbles down again the stairs until it finally gets to the bottom. Yet again a colorless, dormant blob. In the process, it gives a little weep, so gentle so it appears just like the rustling of silk. The creature doesn't have eyes, nevertheless is able to see with its entire body. When touched, it feels like the fuzz on the skin of a peach. Only one time in its existence has the Á Bao A Qu reached the top of the tower. Until then, it remains sleeping, a semi-transparent blob, waiting for a person to go by. Then, whenever a person begins ascending, the creature awakens, and closely follows behind. As it advances higher and higher up, it will begin to become more clear and colorful. It emits some sort of blue light which will increase as it gets higher up. When the climber reaches the halfway point up the tower, the Á Bao A Qu's tentacles are now visible. However, it merely reaches perfection once the climber gets to the top, and achieves nirvana. And depending on the story, return to its own home. It moans and sighs and heads back down the tower, still following the human pilgrim. As it descends it loses its color and its solidity and in the end fades to invisibility and loss of consciousness. It waits in this limbo until the next person comes to make the climb, and in the end continually returns to the bottom of the tower, never achieving its own enlightenment. It is said that only once has a person reached the top of the tower, but other than this one time no one has been able to attain enlightenment. This means that until the next enlightened pure person is born, the Á Bao A Qu will remain in this home and dependent on humans for its survival and its ability to return to its home.